Retrieve the Omega Keys, quickly!
That, my beloved Transformers fans, was the death of Steve. We miss Steve. He was destroyed by Megatron. One of the many reasons we hate him is because he destroyed Steve. That wasn't just any Steve. That was Steve number 5897. We miss Steve. Steve, we miss you. Spam that like and subscribe button for Steve. Hopefully he'll come back one day, because we miss him. I think about Steve every day. Steve is in my dreams. Anyway, what's good, y'all tubers? It's your boy KJ, the God. But you can just call me KJ. And today we get into one of my most favorite subjects. If you know me, you know I love Transformers. Transformers is my life. I grew up with it. It's something I like. I like a lot of stuff, I like all the superhero stuff, Avengers. I like Justice League. I like Batman's my favorite superhero. Don't come to me right now. Um, I love those, but Transformers has always been there for me, so I've always been there for Transformers. Even though Bayformers sort of let me down, that's another video. That's another video. That's something for another video. Most of y'all already know. A lot of people don't like Bayformers. But we're not talking about that today. We're talking about Transformers Prime and my honest opinion on it. Alright, Transformers Prime first aired November 29th, 2010. Now, I remember when it aired, because that night there was a tornado where I was. I started watching it, and all I see is my mom come in. Come here, we're going to get in the bathtub. I was so mad. I remember it first aired in like 2 or 3 parts. That's all I remember. There was no theme song, and it aired in parts. 'Cause I remember when it first came out, I was like 9 years old. But yeah, I remember it got 2 Emmys, and it was just the greatest thing I had ever seen at the time. I thought it was so uh, great. It is great, but being so little, I never seen anything like it. Yeah, I know there was Beast Wars, but the animation in Beast Wars, like, I didn't grow up with Beast Wars. I watched Beast Wars later, and I didn't even know Beast Wars existed back then. So all I knew was Transformers Prime. So it was just great. It was the shit. But anyway, Transformers Prime is considered to be one of the greatest Transformers shows of all time, and it can justify it. While some disagree and just call it a good show, others say it's one of the greatest Transformers. Not even Transformers. They say it's one of the greatest 3D animated shows of all time. For me, what made this show different from what all the others were, it actually felt like a Transformers show. It didn't feel like a show where there was just a bunch of toys. Like, it didn't feel like Hasbro was just trying to sell me toys. Here, like, robots in the skies, for example. It just throws characters at you. Look at this. Buy this toy. Look at that. Buy this toy. Transformers Prime actually felt like a TV show. Like, I was into the story. Y'all know what I'm talking about. There's other Transformer shows in Energon that feel like it's just a long toy commercial. I know that's what some people consider it to be, but it's more than that. It should be more than that anyway. It was so great because it was so dark, and it really didn't hold anything back. You got basically blood. You had blood, you had violence, you had people dying, you had even humans dying. That's something that was never done before. It might have, but I didn't know. Anyway, but really it wasn't. Humans dying in Transformers is, like in the cartoons, is not something you usually see. It was really dark for a kids show, which made everyone appeal to it, which was really great. I mean, for God's sake, in the first episode, Cliffjumper is brutally killed by Starscream. Like, come on. I guess the creators were trying to show people this show is dark. It's like trying to get you prepared for what you're about to see. Like, we straight up just see Starscream, just stick his whole hand in Cliffjumper and kill him. And I remember seeing that. I was like, oh my God, this is for real. Especially when I saw the energon flowing out, I said, oh, they're not playing. The show took heavy inspiration from the live action movies that were going on at the time. You can see it in the designs, and the characters, some of them at least. But it took heavy inspiration from Bayformers, but it also stayed true to the G1 and comic source material. So really, it felt like a blend of, the original, it had that Transformers G1 kind of feel to it, along with a more mature feel than it was in the original cartoon. You had the Bayformers designs and kind of the Bayformers action too. It was really great for fans who had just got into Transformers because of the movies. So it kind of like blended the original feel along with the G1, you know what I mean, along with the movie feel. So new people coming in could just feel both at the same time, and it was great. And this series managed to do something that seemed impossible in Transformers lore. It killed somebody. Transformers, let's be honest, it's been known for killing people and bringing them back almost immediately. Every every death in the series, almost every death in the series, the person stayed dead, except for Optimus, Megatron, and Bumblebee. But we know why those don't stay dead. The humor and goofiness in it can keep the kids, will keep the kids into it, and the action and maturity of things kept the adults into it, which is the perfect blend, which is why it was so successful. After the battles, after someone's hurt, it doesn't act like everything's okay the next episode. If a big battle happens and somebody's injured in one episode, the next episode they're either recovering or still injured, or they've made some changes because of that injury. It doesn't act like the injury never happened. It's like realistic. I love that. It's great. Oh my God, it was just so great. It was so much stuff we had never seen before that we wanted. It's stuff that we didn't know we wanted, but we wanted it, and we got it, and it was great. Whether you like the show or not, it's undeniable that the animation was just great. The character development was great. A lot of factors in the show was great. Let's start with the characters. The characters and the designs, it's nothing like we've ever seen before. I mean, we kind of seen it in Bayformers, but Bayformers, well, at the time, was like more like, I think that was 2010. So Transformers: Revenge of the Fallen just came out. In that movie, the designs were like more or less alienistic. You know what I mean? Bayformers, excuse me, dang, that hurt. Bayformers, you know what I mean? They're like this, like they're Transformers. They look like insects. He said he wanted to make them look like insects so they would be scary, or like they're Decepticons, and it just nobody liked them. It was just horrible. So, and later on in Bayformers, they look more humanoid like they do in Prime, but at the time, this is something new. This is something we've never seen before. That's why it was so great. I know some people didn't like the designs at first. I kind of did, but I kind of didn't. I really wish that Bumblebee had a voice. I mean, he got it later on, but I didn't like the fact. I never liked the fact that Bumblebee couldn't talk. That's always bothered me. I've always wanted to hear his voice. To be honest, I didn't like it. And when he started talking, I hated it. But anyway, the designs, Megatron, he looked badass. Starscream, to me, he looked too skinny. I didn't like him until nobody liked the Starscream until they saw him. So he actually acted like Starscream that we love, and I loved him. It was so great. Look, guys, I know I'm gushing a lot. It's because I love Transformers. You gotta give me a break, man. Alright, let's talk about the story. Alright, so if you have not seen this show, there are major spoilers up ahead. So if you don't want to hear them, just dip. Dip from my life. Dip right now. I'm gonna give you 3 seconds. 3, 2, 1, 1.5. Alright, let's go. As many of you know, the story starts off with Jack, Miko, and Raph, 3 kids to go to school. Basically, they didn't know each other until the Transformers brought them together. Started off with Jack, finding an RC because he saw a motorcycle and he just got on a motorcycle. You're telling me you see somebody's motorcycle in the parking lot and you just get on it? No, you will get your ass whooped. Anyway, and as soon as he got on top of it, Decepticons came up, so RC took off with Jack on him, and then later on, long story short, all of them together ended up, Miko's Transformer Guardian was basically Bullhead, and Raph was Bumblebee. I hated that. And I didn't like Raph. I really didn't. He was annoying to me. But I'm the only one who can understand Bumblebee. They stayed in the Autobot secret base on Earth in Jasper, Nevada, with only other human knowing of their presence is the Army and Agent Fowler. I remember that. And the Autobots in the base were Optimus, RC, Bumblebee, Bulkhead, Ratchet, and the occasional exception of Wheeljack. Oh, and I forgot Smokescreen, the most forgettable character of all time, the most wasted potential of all time. This show introduced a lot of new things while staying true to some old stuff, like the relics. The relics played a very important part in this series, the Cybertronian relics, and we never seen those before, and they were really cool. It was really cool to see a human wear one, like the Apex armor. Like when Miko got that on, that was really cool. Like, it was great. I really need to stop gushing, but I can't help it. I love this show, man. It was so great. The finale in this show, oh my god, it was so great. I've never seen a Transformers finale like that, other than animated, but that's for another video. Actually, I loved animated. I can say that. I loved animated. But the finale in the show was great. I think killing Bumblebee was a little bit far, but it was a great excuse to bring back his voice that I hated. I hated his voice so much. And Bumblebee killing Megatron, I loved that. It was a big step. It was a big step for them to take. And I give them props for that. Hold up. Round of applause. Round of applause for that team for taking that step. I don't think any other team would have did that. Bumblebee killing Megatron. We all saw, I could even see Bulkhead doing it. I could see maybe Ratchet. Of course, Optimus. Everybody expected Optimus to kill him. No, Bumblebee gets his voice back and kills Megatron all in one. It was amazing. I think what Bumblebee said when he started, he said, "You will never rob anyone of anything ever again." And if you don't know what happened, Megatron is the one that took Bumblebee's voice. Megatron, they were in battle, and Bumblebee engaged Megatron. Fucking dumbass. Bumblebee engaged Megatron, and Megatron took him out, and his voice box with it. That's why Bumblebee's voice box doesn't work. It's because Megatron took it out in battle. So to see Bumblebee basically get his revenge and say that all at the same time, that was just a badass moment, bro. Hold up, I gotta find it and play it for y'all. Here y'all go.
Prepare to join your scout in the Allspark.
Megatron! You took my voice. You will never rob anyone of anything ever again. Lord Megatron! No!
In my conclusion, I state that this show, in my opinion, is the greatest Transformers show to date. Just because it tried, it did so many things that other shows were just scared to do. It wasn't trying to please Cartoon Network just so they could be put in the 6 o'clock morning slot. Robots in the Skies or Energon. Anyway, it did so many things that other shows didn't try, and it succeeded in it. Like the deaths, the violence, even the relics and things. It's just so many things. If you haven't watched the show, you need to go watch it right now. Just pause this video, go to some bootleg website, and go watch it, man. Go to Netflix. It's on Netflix. Come on now, you gotta have Netflix. Everybody has Netflix. Anyway, this show is great to me. In my opinion, this is the greatest show to date. The greatest Transformer show to date. Anyway, it's a beautiful show. That's how good it is. This show is a work of art. It's beautiful. I love it. I have the full season on DVD. I have 2 posters of it on my wall, and I have almost all the characters and toys. That's how great it is. And I don't even collect toys, and I love Prime so much I have the toys. But that's it for today, guys. If you liked the video, if you liked it, just like and subscribe. I know it's not a perfect video. I'm just starting this whole YouTube thing. Why don't you just leave me some feedback in the comments or whatever. If you like the video, why don't you spam that like button, spam the subscribe. Don't spam the like button too hard. If you spam it too hard, you're going to end up unliking it, man. Come on. But hit the like button, subscribe, and give me some suggestions in my comments for some new videos. Give me some feedback on how I'm doing. And thanks for watching, man. You don't know how much that means to me. Thanks. Peace out.